My name is Dr. Faz, F-A-Z. I want to assist you to be famous and to be accomplished by zeroing in on achieving your goals. My diverse experience from 20 years of sales and business here in the United States, combined with my past 20 years passion for helping and adding relief and pain in people as a medical doctor, helps me to understand the direct challenges and opportunities that exist for business owners, executives, and leaders in both their personal and professional lives. I examine thoroughly, diagnose carefully personal and corporate problems, and prescribe suitable solutions. As a John Maxwell certified coach, trainer, and international inspirational speaker, I can offer you workshops, seminars, keynote speaking, and coaching, adding your personal and professional growth through the study and practical application of proven leadership methods. Working together, I'll move you and your team or organization in the desired direction to reach your goals. I'm a facilitator of mastermind studies and roundtable events. Call or email me if you would like to know more about my services or a free consultation.
Being a certified speaker, coach, and trainer for the John Maxwell team means that he is part of a team of elite coaches, teachers, speakers, and professionals taking leadership training, talents, skills, and adding value to people all over the world. Everything rises and falls on leadership.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Assalamu alaikum, namaskar, wherever you are. This is your friend Dr. Faz with a new episode of Live with Dr. Faz. As you know, we always bring great thought leaders around the world to introduce you. Today, I have another thought leader. She's an author, she's a speaker, she is an influencer, and she's also a niche navigator, which is really a new for myself too. So today is a time we all can learn what does it mean. Are you ready with your pen and papers? So please help me welcome my friend, Munira Zahabi. Welcome, Munira, to our show. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Dr. Faz. How are you?
I'm doing great, and I was just anxious to meet you, and it's a pleasure and honor for me to have you on my show. And I was really curious about certain things, and I wanted to make it clear for myself and as well as our viewers. Thanks for joining us. Munira, it's a conventional question. It's a very traditional question, but like we have to do it. So let me start with, would you be kind enough to tell briefly who is Munira Zahabi?
Well, Munira Zahabi now currently lives in Chicago. She is a John Maxwell certified coach, just like you are. She's an author, she's a speaker. She is an immigrant all the way from Kenya, born and raised. And moved to Tanzania, lived there for a few years before coming to United States, and now she calls USA her home. I've lived in California and Dallas, Texas, and now I'm currently based in Chicagoland.
Awesome. So tell me a little bit about your educational journey.
Oh, I finished my education at the age of 15. Wow. Kenya follows the UK educational system. So when I finished my O-levels, I was able to get married the very next day after I wrote my exam. So at the age of 15, I was married.
Wow.
But education has always been something that I've held near and dear to my heart. So when I came to United States and I learned the fact that, people can go to school at night while they do a full-time job. And so I kind of worked it and went to college here, took 9 years, got my 2 associate degrees, got my bachelor's in business, and got my master's in healthcare management.
Wow, healthcare management. How come healthcare management?
So when I came to United States, I became a pharmacy technician, and I loved that.
Okay,
So
okay.
for several years, in fact, for 25 years, I've been
Hmm.
in that field and love it.
Wow. Yeah, but can you tell me, because me and you both are immigrants from somewhere else to this country, and we all have to go through certain challenges, which everybody goes through. So, can you tell about those challenges which you faced? Like, I have a long story. I can talk like all day long on that. How about your story?
I guess all immigrants can do that.
Yeah.
So the challenges that I faced were,
Hmm.
first I brought my 4 kids. So my youngest
Hmm.
was 5. So
Uh-huh.
and figuring out the schools, and they were at an age where everybody was at a different school, and
Hmm.
so figuring out where to find a home where everybody has a good school.
Hmm.
That was one challenge. The
Yeah.
second one, even though we speak English and English
Hmm.
is a universal language, I figured out
Yeah.
English isn't a universal language.
Yeah.
So what I was thinking was not what the other person was comprehending.
Yes.
Understanding the facts that United States is different than all the other countries out there, because the
It
switches
is.
when off, when we switch the lights off, they're down. In other they are the opposite.
I
Right,
love that.
other
Yeah.
side of
Yeah.
the road. So,
Yes.
little things, subtle
Hmm.
things that people don't think about, it's a
Hmm.
challenge for a lot of people. And I think
Yeah.
everybody that comes to United States have to face this. And if we
Hmm.
get a room full of immigrants,
Hmm.
all be nodding, because that's exactly what we felt.
Yes, I agree with you. Like when I came here, I was just shocked. I mean, I was driving on a left hand, and while I used to drive on right hand, and then same thing, the switches are vice versa and all that. Oh my gosh! I
So
mean, yeah, it was a challenge.
be different. Yes, it had to be different. And I
Yeah.
remember I was standing on a crossroad one time trying to figure out how to, how people drive, because where I came from, nobody took a right turn on the
Ah.
red light.
Yeah.
Here, I was just standing on the road, and then after a few times, like I was standing on the road, and people were just waiting for me to cross the road.
Yes.
And then I had a cop who came and said, "But you just can't stand here and watch people. They're expecting you to cross." But I said, "I don't want to cross." And they said, "No,
Yeah.
but you have to if you're standing right here." So I had to keep crossing the road just to watch people drive. Funny
Yeah,
story.
yeah, yeah. It was such a great experience, and there are so many. I mean, I have a lot of jokes about that, and I usually, when I speak publicly and just for like a humorous speech or something. So most of the time, I talk about this is only in America.
Yes, it's only in America. Yes.
I mean, I was truly shocked when I was in New York, and people they park they parked their car. I mean, in driveways.
And have a lot of junk in the garage, right?
No, they park their cars on driveways and they drive their cars on parkways.
Yes,
Yeah,
true.
and I said, this is only in America where you have the most expensive cars outside and all the junk of your house is in the garage.
That's true. And that's what I was
That's
as
my
well.
garage.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we can tell a lot of stories about it.
yeah,
And,
yeah, yeah.
even though we all come from a different country,
Of
I
course, yeah.
think the change and what we observe is almost the same.
Yes, exactly. And it's just a great country to live. Honestly, I love now, and I'm very proud to be an American because it's a freedom. It's a lot of good things I can do. There is no ceiling here versus any other country around the world. So, but at the same time, there are a lot of funny things also here. So let's go from here. Tell me a little bit about. Let's ask a negative question. Let's start. We are speakers, so we have to talk certain different like things differently. Tell me about the worst failure of your life.
The worst failure of my life.
Yeah, so far.
There are many, many, many.
Yeah.
But 10 years into this country, my husband of 24 years and I decided to divorce.
Oh.
And so marriage fell apart, kids fell apart, and I felt like a failure because I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to live alone. Like I mentioned before, that I was 15 when I got married. So from my father's house into the husband's house, I never had a chance to be alone and figure it out myself. Many times, I had in that time when I was learning, I had a tire that was punctured, so I had to do that myself. Just simple things, but these were learning lessons where a woman needs to learn how to change the tire, or have a friend who can do that for her. Um, Figuring out how to balance a checkbook. Money was always tight because the kids came with me, so instead of having two incomes, we now had one, and things were not as affluent and abundant as they were before. So paying the bills, paying the rent, and there were times when I would just sit there and cry because I didn't know if this was the right decision. So failures do happen, but we learn from failures.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Failures makes us more successful. So now let's go vice versa. Tell me about the best accomplishment you have so far.
In the last 4 months, I wrote my book.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a published book. I'm very proud of myself for doing this. So I'm very, very happy that this got published. And when I see my book in people's hands and they take a picture, it gives me a sense of pride.
Of course, yeah. So tell me a little bit about your book. Like, why did you decide to write a book first, and then we'll go from there?
As a coach, speaker, writer, you want to share your message with everybody. And one of the things was that I have these thoughts that come in the middle of the night, and I start writing down. In the past 3 years, my second husband, I married again, and he was very sick. And what we did was we would go to the hospital a lot, and he had lots of doctor appointments that he saw many specialists for. And when I went to these facilities, I was still establishing my niche at that time. I realized that people are not happy people.
Yeah.
And when they were working, for some reason or another, there are some people who are just very happy, bubbly, and they are happy to be there. But most of the population are just doing this as a job because it's a means to an end. And many times people are just trying to figure things out as they go along. They take the first job that comes along. They haven't thought this through. But their heart and mind wants to do something else. But like I said, this is a means to an end. It's a paycheck that's coming in. And even though they are entrepreneurs by heart, they haven't taken the next step. So if talking to these people and trying to figure this out, and I'm a kind of a person, I'll talk to anybody. So I talk to these people and I realize that they don't know how to take the next step. They want to do something else, but they don't know how to do it. And most coaching programs out there are pretty expensive. So how about we put some ideas in a book and let everybody have it? And so that's what it began. And, I started observing more and more people. And I started putting my ideas down. And that's how the book came into shape, if you will. The skeleton was there. All I had to do was put in the meat.
Yeah, awesome. I saw you created a lot of new words, or I can say terminologies, which I never heard before. But I mean, I was enjoying that. Like entrepreneurs, we all know, but you have business burners. Same thing, you have nicheology. and those kind of things. So tell me about what is the difference between an entrepreneur and a businesspreneur?
Entrepreneur can be anybody, right?
Okay.
They can be a painter, they can be, they're just doing something that they are enjoying. A businesspreneur is a one step above entrepreneur, where they really want to do what they want to do in a business. They want to take it to the next level. And
Okay.
businesspreneurs are people who know what they want to do, but don't exactly know
Mm-hmm.
why or
Mm-hmm.
how or what.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
They have a broad idea. They want to do a business. They want to take it to the next level. I'll give you an example where we have so many people out there who are doing some kind of a multi-level marketing business.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And most of us, even I, have been approached by people who are doing this business to ask, hey, you know what, I'm doing this. Would you like to join? And they invite us to look at different businesses. And what catches our eye is the fact that somebody else on the 17th level up there has made millions and millions of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is, everybody talks about success. Nobody talks about the failures they've had.
Failures.
And we, as people who are approached, are always blindsided for the fact that even I can do this.
Yes.
We don't look at the companies. We don't look at the facts of the companies, the fact that how much time has elapsed before the company was born, how many people you need to make the compensation plan that the person they're projecting. We don't look and do our homework, but we want to do some kind of a business. So we fall into the trap of becoming a business owner within that certain particular thing. Now, I'm not saying multi-level marketing is bad. If Robert Kiyosaki is doing it, then why shouldn't we? Well, you have to find the right one. It's the right message that you want to send to your people. It's something that is aligned by your values. And so those people are the businesspreneurs, people who want to do a business, or they have an idea like you and I. We are speakers. We can speak anywhere, but how and what is our message? So we want to take this as a business, but we are still entrepreneurs.
Yes.
So I call them businesspreneurs.
Businesspreneurs. Oh, awesome, awesome. But then you turned this whole thing in a new dimension and a new direction, like about finding your nicheology, means your niche. So, yeah. So my point is, first of all, a lot of viewers would like to know what do you mean by niche. Number one. Number two, how to find it.
Okay. So a niche is something that you're called to do, something that is your purpose, because most people in this world are still looking for their purpose. I met a 80-year-old woman a few weeks back, and she's like, my whole life is gone. I don't know what my purpose is. And I was like, what have you done with your life? What do you enjoy doing? How do you want to do? How do you want it to end? And the best part of niches is what is your legacy?
Yeah.
How are you going to be remembered? And you don't have to be like a Tony Robbins or John Maxwell, that you have so many people following you. However, that one thing you have to remember is, how is your family going to remember you? What are they going to say about you? And that's the thing, that's what your niche is. And most people have a business sense. They are so good at business, but they don't know which one to find. How do you find your niche is what your question was. The question is, what are you called to do? What makes you happy? So the four W questions you want to ask is what, why, how, and when.
Yeah.
And if you can answer those questions, because most people in this world are looking for their purpose. They're constantly looking at, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. How am I supposed to figure it out? Well, if you are somebody who is 40 plus, you have the skills to find your niche.
Mm.
And if you join my program, we teach you how to do this. But I'll show you one thing that my coach said was put up a piece of paper on a wall and
Mhm.
write down all the skills that you can accomplish, you know how to do. Now, it could be brushing your teeth, combing
Mhm.
your hair, making your bed, peeling an onion, peeling a potato, put it all down because those are the skills that you have accumulated.
Mhm.
By the
Yeah.
time I finished the exercise, he gave me 2 weeks. By the time I finished my exercise, I had 17 pieces of paper that I was good at, my skill level was good at. But then the task became to find what makes my heart happy.
Yeah.
I know how to make a bed, but it doesn't make me happy.
Yeah.
No, so I mean, those are the skills that you want to do. But what is the things that makes you happy and that you would not get bored if you were to
Mm.
do it for the rest of your life?
Mhm. Awesome. Awesome. So now you just said a word. I was listening very carefully. That your coach told you to do this or whatever he told. But my question is now for the viewers and the people who are watching us, and they will be watching also hundreds and hundreds of people in South Asian countries and all around the world because they follow me. And now, so just for sake of their information, how important is a coach in your life?
Very important.
Okay.
See, most of the time, once we finished college, we realize that we don't need a coach anymore because we know it all. Now, I
Hmm.
was older when I finished my college, and I was very, very gung ho about changing the healthcare industry in the United States. I was in
Hmm.
California, which is in the pharmacy world, the capital of all innovations, because all of the good ideas mostly came from there. And
Hmm.
California had stringent laws, right? So everything that was mandated started from California.
Hmm.
I wanted to change the whole pharma world. It doesn't
Hmm.
always happen that way. But the thing is, change happens one day at a time.
Yep.
Your coach can be a person of influence, that is somebody who is like a John Maxwell, a Tony Robbins, Dean Graziosi, or somebody who is a priest who is just teaching you one concept of how to change your thinking. A coach doesn't expect you to change overnight. He questions your thinking. He allows you to look inward to figure out what you are doing is right. So, coaching is, having a coach at any given time is a good thing. You don't have to follow the same coach all the time
Yeah.
because each coach will influence you and spice your life and thinking in a different way.
Hmm.
So
Awesome.
it's important to
Yeah.
have somebody. Now, if you're not doing anything,
Hmm.
then I suggest you find a YouTube video and just put in motivation and pick up a video. Maybe you'll resonate with somebody's words, or you'll find somebody else to resonate.
Yep.
Or if you're like me, then you'll listen to several different people and say, "Hey, I think this is the flavor of the month. Let's just go with that."
Yep. Mm.
So it's important.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Coach makes a different way to look at your own life. Obviously, he pulls out your inside out, and he makes you to discover yourself rather than interjecting his wisdom or I mean, a way of thinking. So awesome. So now let me ask you one question. You are a speaker, you're a coach, you're a trainer. All right. Obviously, if somebody would like to go in this industry as a professional like me and you, what are the basic and found requirements for someone to get into this? What do you suggest them to get started with?
Find your voice. Find your voice. What is it that you want to do? See, it all comes down to niches, right? Many
Yes.
people that I have seen in the industry who say I want to coach people, and they've shared maybe a recipe or something. Say, for example, weight loss is a big one. And you've done something that by incorporating drinking so many glasses of water, you've lost several pounds of weight. And you can say, okay, I'm going to show you how I did it. Let me just show you so many. The thing is, coaching comes with business acumen that you have to learn, learning tools, learning how and when to influence people. So people who want to get started in it has to first figure out what their message is. If they know their niche and they know the people they want to help and they know why they want to help those people and how they're going to help those people, they can do anything they want. But it all starts with you. See, I figured this out when I certified myself from a very good coaching program. I realized that we had so many tools. We had the tools, but we didn't know how to use them. And not everybody can take this book and show people how to do that. See, if you are going to be a speaker, people want to hear that message, or people will hear your message, but not everybody is going to resonate. It's like going to church, right? You can listen to one priest or another. They could be saying the same thing, but the way they say it, it sits well with you, so you start implementing that particular phase or teaching in your life. So people can be telling you all the time to go, to take 5 minutes and pray or meditate. But then you meet this one person who has nothing to do with religion, and he says, if you meditate, it's going to help your body, soul, mind, and if, your yoga practices, it will be better. So just the way he said it differently is going to make an impact on your life. But knowing what you know about yourself is going to make a bigger impact. So people, if you have a message you want to share with the world, figure out who you want to share it with, why you want to share it with, how you're going to share it with, and when, and do it.
Yeah, awesome. Another question, just relevant to whatever we just spoke. Find a message. How you can find a message in yourself?
That's hard. That's hard. So who resonates with you, right? A person, a mother. My mother was very young when she was asked to leave school because she had asthma. This was in Zanzibar. She finished her 3rd grade and was asked never to come back. She had a love for education. And she told everybody and their mother that I am not educated in school, but life has educated me. If you ever talked to her or spoke to her, you would never believe that she was only a 3rd grade graduate. She carried herself and she learned things outside school. But her message was study, enjoy books, and her love of books has transferred into me because I have books everywhere.
Wow.
I read a lot. So education doesn't only come from books, and she taught me that. No, education doesn't come from going to college or school. Education, it comes from reading books. And so educate yourself. Your message will come to you if you are open. I firmly believe that if you have the right message and you are tuned into the right frequency, you will be able to articulate your message perfectly.
That's awesome. So now you brought another point here, right, with your answer that you love to read books. So what kind of books you read?
Well, I read business help books, but the one I keep coming back to is Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, wow.
Because every time I read this book, it changes a little bit of my mindset. It's something that I didn't listen or tune in at one point, I've read this book about 17 times now.
Okay.
I only had to get my new copy because the old one, the old one was
Yeah.
torn. So to
Mm.
show people that this is the right one, but you can see I have so many tabs already.
Mm.
The other book is the Bible.
Wow.
So the translation of Quran and the
Yeah.
Bible, because if you read it just as a book, as a storybook, you learn a
Mm.
lot of things. There's so many things, there's so many messages that God has already given you the knowledge in these books. All you have
Mm-hmm.
to do is open your mind and heart,
Mm-hmm.
read it, understand it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I mean, Think and Grow Rich. I'm a little ahead of you. It's 21 times I read.
Good. I have to catch
uh,
up.
no, I'm just saying because that's my one of the like most favorite book after Quran. This is my next book. I mean, I always recommend people, and people know me who followed me, who watch me on these shows, that this is the first book I recommend. How about another book? Beside that, I'm not talking about religious Quran and Bible, and Think and Grow Rich. And if you have to recommend two more, I will say couple more books for our viewers. What you would like to suggest?
I would read the 15 Laws of Growth, the
Oh, wow,
laws
wow,
invaluable the 15
very good,
invaluable laws of growth by John Maxwell.
awesome,
That book has changed my life for the better because every law in there is very pertinent to everybody's life.
awesome.
The second one is Simon Sinek's
Mm,
Start With Why.
yeah.
I have the books right here, so I have to look at the title.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is both the books are so great, and 15 invaluable laws of growth for your personal development and self growth. I think that one of the best book ever written.
Yeah.
And as far as
You
yes,
know, these books can be found. Simon Sinek and John Maxwell both have YouTube channels, and if you can't get these books, just listen to these people on their YouTube channels.
yeah,
I
yes, yes.
recommend one more book. I recommend my book
Oh
because
yes, oh yes.
if you are on the fence about what you want to do, this is my philosophy. This is my philosophy. It's not anybody else. And these are the steps that I took to become a niche navigator.
Wow.
So it helps. All the ideas that are in there are mine, and the steps that I took and the stories that I have been told over the years to figure out what I needed to do. And it
Wow, that
really helped. It has helped me a lot.
yeah, no, awesome. I mean, for my viewers, you can see the right there a success story in front of you, right on your screen, Munira. And if you will learn how she came up with this book, I mean, there is no other best example I can quote. Here she is, right in front of you, right on the screen. So just get on Amazon or wherever it's available. Just get this book, and I know this book is an awesome book, and I'm going to read it definitely after this show. I'm ordering that, and hopefully you all are going to order it and learn something new because she learned through her own experiences. She learned from all the obstacles she had in her life. She learned from all the hard times she went through. So that's the way we can relate with people, because if she can do it, you all can do it. You have the same talent of Munira. You have the same talent of Simon Sinek. You have the same talent of John Maxwell within like a different way or different shape. So you can discover yourself by reading these people. So let's we are moving towards a little bit towards the end, but still we got few minutes, and I love to learn as much as I can. Munira, tell me about why did you join John Maxwell?
I wanted to make an impact in my life,
Okay.
people's life, in my life, people's life. But I did a lot of studying with different coaches.
Mm.
I wanted to coach. I wanted to learn from people. I wanted to find a person who would keep giving.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, most people don't, but John Maxwell is one group of it's a wonderful group of people. One, because you have lifetime access to whatever you buy into. Most coaches don't have that. You have a year access, you have 2 years access, and that's it. But with John Maxwell, whatever you buy into is lifetime. And the people that I literally approached people on LinkedIn to ask them, what is this program doing for you? How are you impacting it? Some of them are trainers in their company, and some of them have just gone through the program and not doing anything about it. But whatever all of them were open and were willing to share with me their experiences about the program. They even showed me the back office. So I do the same. When people ask me about that, I do the same. I show them. And the fact is that nobody was secretive about what you get with the program. And that just was amazing. And as I learned more from John Maxwell, I realized that this man really loves leadership. He wants people. Now, he talks about leadership as a big thing, but I believe that leadership comes from within you. You have to be the leader of your own fate, industry, business, family, to become the leader that you want to become in corporate worlds.
Awesome. Okay, we have a question from our one of our viewers. How to find out unique signature strength?
That's an awesome question. Like I said, do the exercise first. Write down all the skills that you have. And then try to do the same thing. Find 5 things that you want to do that make you happy. And then try to do that in and out for 2 weeks. See, your strength lies inside you. People don't know that. People don't understand that their strength is hiding from them. It's like a shadow. And I believe like strength is like a fierce lioness, where if she's okay, she's sitting there with her cubs, but the minute somebody tries to attack her cubs, she's going to become vicious. And strength is like that, because you don't know where that inner strength is. So what makes you happy? And unique signature strength doesn't only come from within you, you have to work it because it's a muscle.
Awesome. And we have, go ahead. Yeah. Please go ahead.
So what makes you happy is what you have to find out first, and that's where you know where your strength lies.
Yeah. Okay. We got another question from Mr. Khalik Ahmad. What is the difference between coach and mentor?
A mentor is going to show you the way. A coach is going to help you find the way. You have to do all the work yourself.
Yes.
That's awesome.
It's a very, really, I said very precise, but it's very comprehensive answer. So people can think of and people can understand what does it mean. But it's very simple, precise, and comprehensive. So that's awesome. So let me ask you this way. If somebody would like to reach you, what's the best way to reach you?
The best way to reach me is go to thenichenavigator.com, thenichenavigator.com. It's the only website. And look me there. I have a free ebook you can download, and it tells you about it. It's the first step that you take to get to your niche. So if you go to the little tab that says ebook, it's there. So just go ahead and download. The second thing is Munira Zahabi. There's only one in the world. So you can on Google and I come up.
Yes. Yeah. You have very unique, personality, and you are a unique person, obviously. And God made you in 1 billion people yourself as Munira Zahabi. So you can't deny that. No. So good to be there in that situation. Now, what do you think because we have been through now this COVID-19 situation across the globe. It was a lot of frustration, confusion, and depression all over the world. What do you see? I mean, in future, like in upcoming future, like after a few months, hopefully we'll be out of this COVID-19. How do you see this world, especially in the light of our own industry, like as a speaker, coach, trainer, and mentor and author? How do you see this world?
Our, the world we knew before COVID has changed. Things have
Yes.
significantly changed. The
Mhm.
thing is, Zoom is taking over. You're using StreamYard, but video conferencing is taking over. The fact that more people need coaches, mentors, strategists, influencers in our lives because people are confused. They don't know. There's, America is making a comeback, but there's many countries out there who are not making a comeback. And there are people who are frustrated. I'm hearing people are committing suicide, people are depressed because they don't know where the next meal is coming from.
Mhm.
We as human beings, citizens of this earth, have to band together and help those people come out of it. So I think in the next few months or right now, we need to band together and help people come out of this sad phenomenon that we are facing and help each other, influence each other, strategize with them to take whatever they have to the next level.
Okay. And so obviously, I mean, we all are optimistic about everything, and things will be good, things will be better, things will be faster also, and things will be digitalized all over the world now.
Oh,
So
yeah.
yeah, so at the end, because right now we got last minute and a half. So what you would like to give a message to the globe and rest of the world? Uh, what's your
I,
message for them?
I truly believe that every one of you has a niche out there that can help somebody else. If you have an answer to a problem that somebody has, then solve it. And what you do is you receive the problem, and then you implement the answering strategies. You initiate that, and then you execute.
Mm,
And just take these three steps: initiate, implement, and execute, and you'll be happier in your life. Because the thing is, we always think outside the box. Let's stop thinking. Let's just do.
mm. Yeah, initiate, implement, and execute. Listen, viewers, what a great and what a really concise formula to the success. So just stop thinking, start doing. That's the greatest message you can hear in this kind of situation. Munira, I'm truly thankful to you. It's an honor for me to have you, and we learned a lot. And hope I will bring you back, and you will accept my invitation again. And we are going to talk a little more about other subjects which we didn't get a chance yet. And I know, I mean, for a speaker, and especially when we both are from the same school of thought, it's very difficult to precise everything in 45 minutes. I know that. But again, still, hopefully we can arrange a couple more sessions together.
Yeah.
And I would like to invite you again so we can talk on different subject with a different aspects and different way of thinking. So thank you very much. It's an honor and pleasure to have you. Hope all our viewers enjoyed and learned a lot. And you will see their response because right now it's nighttime there in South Asia. So
Okay.
yeah, so obviously you will see by as they when they will wake up again tomorrow morning, everybody will be watching this videos on. We are live right now on YouTube and Facebook both. So and then uh, you will see the response. But thank you very much. I appreciate Manira. Hope you also enjoyed with us a little time.
Yes,
And
I had fun. Thank you.
thank you. And I will be looking forward to have another show with you pretty soon. And hope you are not going to decline my invitation.
No. I had a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, for having me, and appreciate it. And initiate, implement, and execute.
That's awesome message. And stop thinking, start doing.
There you go.
All right. Thank you very much.